Let's have a look at a really cool disassembled electronic frame artwork by Xreart. This is ArtIsRight. Before we start, subscribe if you're new and hit on the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I upload cool new videos like this. Xreart reached out to me and asked me to review their product. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and they have not had a chance to review this video before it went live. So what do I think about their disassembled electronic frame product or frame artwork? I think it's really cool. Personally, I always like one of these. I always want to have one. So when they reach out to me, I'm like, yeah, let's have a look at them because I think it's really neat. Essentially, I think their product is going to be really great for any of your family or friends who, who are really just into electronics in general. They're more geekier. They like to have these kind of displays in their home or office or their workspace. I think this is going to be the perfect gift for them. So Xreart, I believe that's how they pronounce their company name, is Xreart.com. I'll leave links to their website in the description below so you can check that out. But they have a lot of products beyond just, for example, disassemble iPhone, which is kind of like the keystone for what they have to offer. So if we go and take a look at their website on the iPhone, they have a variety of them that are around, from the first generation up to around the iPhone 10 or so. So you can really choose the iPhone generation that you want to give your friends a gift or give your family a gift from. But they also have other products too. For instance, they have game console, and they have a variety of Game Boy console that has been disassembled, put together like this. I think this is really cool. There's also a DIY toolkit that allows you to take this apart. So I think that's really nice. And also the other thing they have is an Apple Watch. I think this is for the Series 0, Series 1 Apple Watch, the first generation. They don't have much by ways of the Apple Watch because I know we're in like generation 7 now. I wish they have a frame or at least the schematic layout for the Apple Watch Series 3 because I have one that is broken and I'm definitely not going to repair that. So if I could take it apart and put it together like this, I think that would be really cool. So Xreart, if you're listening, definitely make one for the Series 3 and the other Apple Watch soon because I think that would be really neat. All right. Beyond that, what I really like about their shop is that they have the DIY tool and the DIY kit. So for instance, if you know anyone who has a frame who is a little bit craftier, who just likes to take these things apart, you can buy just a schematic, for instance, and print this out yourself. But if you want to just avoid that altogether, they sell a complete kit with a frame, the schematic printout, a glue stick, and everything, so you can just put everything together or disassemble your device and put it together. And they also sell the disassembly tool. So the disassembly tool is really neat. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But if you have another toolkit that you already have, if your friend or your family member is already repairing electronics like I am, for instance, I have a few of the iFixit toolkit that I use all the time. You can certainly use that instead of getting your toolkit as well. It does offer very similar functionalities, but if someone doesn't have it, I think it's a really nice little toolkit to have to take apart the device. And beyond this, they have the glue and also disassembly tools for other devices too, and schematic, for example, for the Apple Watch, the Game Boy disassemble, for instance. You can get the various Game Boy types from the link on their page. But let's take a look at what they have sent me. This is the Xreart, and this is the frame completed one already. This is the iPhone 4, I believe. So we pull that tab out. This is what you get. It's still under plastic cover because I don't want to pull that out yet. I'm not ready to put this up. But this is really cool. And it also has Steve Jobs' signature on the bottom. This is a plastic frame, obviously. So if you want a glass, you can certainly replace this with glass on your own. For example, if you want like a UV protective glass, you can certainly do that. But it's a really nice, good weight frame. I mean, there's not much to it, just two little hangers on the back. If you want to put a custom hanger to this, you can. But to see a complete iPhone disassembled this way, I think it is really neat. And as I mentioned before, I think what's even better than just this type of kit alone, the completed one, is that if you have a friend or a family member who may be a little bit more inclined to just take apart these things or just want to practice taking apart one that doesn't work anymore, I think that this frame kit is perfect. So the frame kit doesn't look like much right now, and obviously if you take this out, there's no instructions or anything whatsoever, and you just get this empty frame. You may wonder, aren't you supposed to get a schematic? And the answer to that is yes, you're supposed to get the schematic backing for the device, and the way how you would do that is simply open the back cover. So they have put this backwards in a way that I guess doesn't damage it. So once you take apart the iPhone, you can put it on here. For example, I have 2 original iPhones, and that's the iPhone 2G. So I'm going to disassemble one of them and put it in this frame along with the glue that comes with it. And I'll probably make another separate video about that just to kind of do a fast forward speed and just kind of find a fun and challenge of putting that crafty artwork together. I think that would be really neat. The only thing I would say is that I haven't found any instructions on how to take apart the iPhone in their kit. So if anyone wants to do this, you probably have to refer to iFixit website or something like that for a take apart instruction for any DIYers. And this is the toolkit to disassemble the iPhone. What comes in the box is pretty much the toolkit itself, a couple of papers, and also a nice carrying case. So in here, what you would get are these tools that allows you to go in and pretty much disassemble your device. If you have something like this already, you can certainly use what you already have. But if you're giving this to someone and they haven't taken apart anything like this before, this would be a great toolkit for you to also include it as a gift for them to take apart too. Overall, I think that this is a pretty good product. I mean, I'm a geeky person, so this falls right into my alley. And like I said, the fact that I could really go in and just take apart my original iPhone, put it together in a case like this, it's going to be really cool. So stay tuned for that. I'll have that video coming down the road at some point when I have a little bit more time just to sit down and play with things. Right now, I'm still doing a lot of videos on testing the MacBook Pro and all the other things that are still happening. Anyway, I hope that you find this review helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Give this video a like, subscribe, and hit on the bell if you're new. And remember, in art we trust.